Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to day 3 of our international conference on contemporary researchers in engineering, science, management, and arts, ICCRESMA 2022, created and powered by Center for Research and Training, National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Now it's my privilege to welcome our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. Nazrul Islam. Dr. Nazrul Islam is a professor of management and international business. He has served as business school dean at various universities like East West University, State University of Bangladesh, Eastern University, Uttara University, and Canadian University of Bangladesh. He has published 62 research articles in international refereed journals that were abstracted and indexed by Scopus, ABDC, EBSCO, ProQuest, ESJI, and Crossref. Professor Islam has also published 29 research papers in refereed journals and attended more than 20 international conferences held in India, Nepal, Maldives, Hong Kong, South Korea, Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, USA, and Australia. He serves as panel reviewer for accreditation and is an external adjudicator for PhD dissertations of various public and private universities of Malaysia, India, Nepal, and Bangladesh. Professor Islam has been honored with Bangladesh Education Leadership Award in 2017, Education Leadership Award in 2018 in the category of Best Professor in Business Administration by CMO Asia. He is currently serving as Pro Vice Chancellor and Professor and Dean at Faculty of Business, Northern University of Bangladesh, Dhaka, Bangladesh. I now invite our distinguished speaker, Professor Dr. Nazrul Islam, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you very much. Distinguished chair of the Second International Conference on Contemporary Resources in Engineering, Science, Management and Arts, and Honorable Chief Patron and Founder and Chairman of Center for Research and Training and National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, India, Professor Dr. R. Ganesan, Executive Chairman and Director, NFED, Professor Ramaya Kandhaval, Conference Convener and Professor of NFED, Professor Dr. P. Indra, distinguished participants from different parts of the world, ladies and gentlemen, and colleagues, good morning to everyone. I am very much delighted to be here today and really excited to see a large number of professors and scholars in this fabulous international web conference who are from different parts of the world. Distinguished participants, it is a great honor for me to deliver a keynote speech at this very important conference on contemporary resources in engineering, science, management and arts, organized by Center for Research and Training, National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, NFED, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, India. I wish to extend my deep appreciation to the ICCRESMA authority for inviting me to share my thoughts on the role of women entrepreneurship development for global socioeconomic prosperity. I thank and welcome the participants of this webinar who will share their knowledge and experience with their colleagues and ensure an outcome that is grounded in the concrete realities for sustainable development of women entrepreneurship for the socioeconomic prosperity of the world. Dear colleagues, entrepreneurship development and economic prosperity are interlinked in many phases. Entrepreneurship development boosts up economic growth by introducing innovative technologies, products, and services. Through the increased competition from the entrepreneurs, the existing firms and businesses become more competitive. Entrepreneurs creates new jobs in the economy, helps in formation of capital, improve the per capita income, enhancement in living standards, economic independence, and backward and forward linkages. Therefore, the development of entrepreneurship is the key for the development process of any country of the world. Whatever be the form of economic and political setup of a country, entrepreneurship is indispensable for the economic prosperity and the development of a standard of living of the people. Dear participants, generally, women are known to be very strong and confident, resourceful and talented, creative and innovative. All these have made them to succeed despite daunting obstacles. Women entrepreneurs all over the world play important roles in the social, economic, and political life of a nation. Especially in the developing countries, women entrepreneurs play significant roles in creating jobs, producing wealth, reducing poverty, human development, education, health, and as a whole, development of a nation. Women entrepreneurs in both developed and developing nations stimulate economic activities of a country. Women entrepreneurship is considered as a force to enhance the productivity, develop capacity, and increase the size of the economy with the help of creativity and competitiveness in the world. Particularly in the 21st century, economic leaders pay special attention to the capacity of entrepreneurship in relation with the special well-being and the economic development. Women can be considered as the fastest growing entrepreneurs in the world. It is acknowledged in research studies that the women entrepreneurship is an important indicator for the world development. Dear colleagues, in developed nations, we see there are many aspects donating to increase women entrepreneurship, such as self-fulfillment, creative skills, desire to independence, desire for wealth and power, and social status. On the other hand, in developing nations, studies show that there are most cases in which self-employed women are pushed by economic and social conditions, such as less income, poverty, widowing, high rate of unemployment, and divorce problems. So they start their own business for the fulfillment of their basic needs or to support their families. Although women entrepreneurs have great contributions in socio-economic development of a country, but their paths are not free from hurdles. Research shows that the women entrepreneurs face constraints in developing economies of the world. The success rate of women entrepreneurs is very low because of shortage of sufficient skills, relevant experience, training and education, and unfavorable national and international culture. As the women entrepreneurs are important contributors to the expansion of the global economy, especially in low-income and middle-income economies, it is emphasized that they should collaborate with government and financial institutions to overcome these constraints. It has also been urged to tackle such obstacles. It is crucial for women entrepreneurs to get recognized their identity, which will ultimately impact on the global economy. The Global Entrepreneurship Monitor 2007 report is the fourth series of the reports on entrepreneurship, which present an inclusive and up-to-date study on women role who occupied the world economy by entrepreneurial activities. Women are different from their male counterparts in many parameters. For example, they are more probable to share their achievements to others for both economic and non-economic gains. Women are important for sustainable development of a country because they are most likely to share their gains to health, education, and other resources with their family members and also with their communities. The study also shows globally the impact of women entrepreneurs in gaining recognition intensely as the number of female business owners continue to increase steadily as women entrepreneurs and are making positive impact on the global economy. Women entrepreneurs are major contributors to the economy as they are making differences in the socio-economic arena. They contribute numerous ideas and a great deal of energy and capital resources to their communities and create additional work for suppliers and other spin-off business linkages. Dear colleagues, encouragement and supply of resources is an important dimension of women entrepreneurship development. The proper utilization of manpower ensured the growth all over the world, but in the least developed countries, major portion of women workforce is either unused or unnoticed, which can be a barrier of the development. This barrier can be overcome with the encouragement and providing resources to women to set up their own independent businesses. Although women-owned businesses are the world's fastest growing businesses and have made significant contributions in the form of innovation, employment, and wealth generation, it is estimated that their total share in the development of economies is 40%. Despite the significant role played by women entrepreneurs, there is a dearth of research on this subject globally. Literature suggests that studies on women entrepreneurs comprise less than 10% of all research in the field. Interestingly, a larger percentage of these studies explored women entrepreneurship in the developed nations. Studies also show that the women in developed economies are most likely to be motivated to establish business by pull factors, whereas in developing economics, they are most likely to be inspired by push factors. Dear colleagues, cultural barrier is also a hurdle for the development of women entrepreneurship in the world. The study revealed that the women advance and accomplish significant achievements in establishing businesses, in leadership, and in political roles, but they had to face cultural barriers which hinder their achievements. Globalization of the world economy affects the women entrepreneurial activities by imposing certain restrictions on them, such as free traveling, little share in inheritance, and selected jobs or profession. These restrictions enhance the poverty level of women as compared to men in the world. Women can remove the disparity by actively participating in the social activities of their societies and can improve their skills in technology-related devices. Active use of social media through digital technology can also help women entrepreneurs to unlock their capabilities globally for the success of their businesses and help in development of the economy. Gender inequality is another issue associated to the development of women entrepreneurship in the world. The impression of gender inequality refers to that the men and women are not equal. This discrimination mostly affects the women entrepreneurs. Over the past 2 decades, women entrepreneurship evolution in the world is very inspiring, but still there is unequal contribution to the businesses originated by women, as this contribution is in the smallest cluster of businesses in the society. Study shows that approximately 80% of the women entrepreneurs have no workforces as compared to 75% of wholly privately maintained businesses in the United States of America. Female-owned businesses obtain actually less than 1% of venture capital investment dollars than almost 1% of the business originated by men. Women entrepreneurs have not the same prospects as compared to men for rights, education, expressive careers, political inspiration, and economic development. This inequality also exists in entrepreneurial activities of women-owned businesses in relation with men-owned businesses. Because of this disparity and inequality, women entrepreneurs could not fully contribute in the social and economic development of their respective domains. Dear participants, if we look at the roles of women entrepreneurs in the economy, we will see that the creation of jobs, wealth, and innovation is remarkable, both in developed and developing economies. According to Global Entrepreneurship Monitor 2004, women entrepreneurs create jobs, wealth, and innovation to their enterprises. Studies by development of micro and small enterprises indicated that women are now starting business at a faster rate, which enables them to make significant contributions to job creation and economic growth. Women employees enhance productivity in the workplace given the right employment conditions. A study also shows that the women make up to 40% of the world's workforce in production, agriculture, hospitality, and the service industry of the world. Dear participants, research studies established that many women entrepreneurs continue to increase steadily worldwide. And today, women in advanced market economies own more than 25% of all the businesses. Involvement in these entrepreneurial activities by women helps in the poverty reduction efforts. Women's activities, particularly in business, empower them as economically and enable them to contribute more and more over the development. The study shows that whether women are involved in a small-scale production activities in the informal or formal sectors, women entrepreneurial activities are not only a means for the economic development, but also have positive social impacts for the individual, family, and their social environment. Dear colleagues, in a nutshell, it can be said that women entrepreneurs can mark their contributions as a significant tool to the economic development, social development, and to the sustainable development of the world's future. This contribution is in terms of education, better health for societies, and in all other areas in where people are able to groom themselves. In fact, successful women entrepreneurs play a role model for the future entrepreneurs of the world. Though entrepreneurship forces creative destruction across markets and industries, but simultaneously, it also creates new products and business models for the development of the society. In this way, creative destruction is largely responsible for the dynamism of industries and long-run economic growth of any country. Dear audience, I hope that the discussions we made here this morning under the topic role of women entrepreneurship development for global socioeconomic prosperity will be useful for the participants to understand their valuable contributions in the global socioeconomic development. Thank you very much for listening to me and giving me a chance to talk on women entrepreneurship and development in this August gathering of scholars of the world. I hope that this conference will be a great success. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Nazrul Islam, for your thought-provoking address. Thank you for all the valuable insights you have provided about the women workforce and the women entrepreneurship. Thank you so much. And before continuing, I would like all the request all the keynote speakers to kindly switch on your video so that I can take a screenshot. So all the keynote speakers, so the conference conveners, co-conveners, kindly switch on your video. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.